What if we're loved?
Welcome, friends, to your messages. The first card you pulled today was the Six of Wands. I mean, look at the purity on this card. And the message that wants to come through here is that it's acknowledged that there has been challenges. This has been a challenging time. And all of these wands represent facing the illusions in your own mind and not running away, staying with what you think you see, because the next card you got was the Hanged Man, and this card does represent seeing things upside down or right side up. It's asking to be shown a different view. So it feels like, and the third card that was pulled was the Three of Wands, which talks about not knowing what is ahead of you. But it also talks about some kind of solid foundation and stability that has been built in the mind. So the mind has been facing challenge after challenge. And this is a time, I mean, if we're going to use symbols in the world, which is what we have to work with, this is the 3 days in between Christ's death and him being risen. So in my own life and in my own mind, I just recognized that it was a time of deep prayer and going inward and just, being shown what is illusion and what is truth. The truth that we are all eternal, which is what Christ consciousness represents. It's a state of mind. Heaven is a state of mind. And the only way to reach that state of peace is to face the challenges. This card represents coming into victory after battle. That's the original meaning. So the message for you is that it is acknowledged that you have been going through the battle of the ego and the mind, and there is success. It's kind of like the ego is dissolving. The ego is dissolving because of your ability to now look with source upon the world and the things you think may be happening. That is the practice. The practice is to see the world with eyes of love, to see the world with Christ consciousness, to see beyond the form and to not judge so that we can live in peace. Because if we're seeing anything that's not peaceful, then there has to be a correction in the mind. Some other cards that I pulled out, one was the fourth card that came through was the Page of Swords. And for me, that card for me is choosing the spirit over the ego. And in the traditional tarot, it represents a student. And there's a young teenager looking at a book, but also being ascended into heaven. So for us who are practicing awakening, this card represents choosing the spirit over the ego in every single moment. It's kind of like, we read all the books and the texts and we've got the information and the tools, but if we don't put it to practice in our life, then it's not going to do us any good. But these cards tell me that you have been actually doing the work in every moment, coming back to the present moment and asking the spirit to respond with you. And that's why these next two cards that came out were pretty wild. The Chariot and the Ace of Pentacles. I mean, just take a look at these cards. Chariot is the fast forward movement into the unknown, very fast. And the Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning in the form world. So this does signify that there has been changes in your circumstance. So with the Victory card and these Three of Wands, it tells me that you've been working on, it's almost like taming the inner burn. There's been an inner burn, and there have been changes, and there has been a step into the unknown, and you're taking that opportunity to not know and to be curious as a child. Isn't that Christ consciousness, when you are as curious as a child about all the events in front of you? This Hanged Man does tell me that you are actually asking to be shown vision. And vision sees beyond what the senses can see, smell, taste, touch, hear. Vision is actually seeing beyond the body, seeing beyond time and space, asking for an interpretation from spirit. We all have the ability to be channels for the spirit to speak and smile and love and dance, to be done through, to lose our sense of, I'm going to do this because I want to be seen, or I want to give love, or I want to help or fix or give, or I. Just going into the state of present moment alignment and attention, and just kind of feeling your way into the flow of each moment of life. It's very different than trying to get or achieve or be something in the world. If we come from a place of inner peace and stability, which I feel this card does represent for you, is this choice for present moment. I see this person as just being very still in prayer and meditation, in the peace and stability that this person has built after coming through a ton of challenges, and finding that place within, finding that place of peace within the heart, within the mind. There is an inner stability. That's what the 3 wands represent. The moon does represent the unknown. So there is a contemplation of the unknown. And, beautifully enough, I used the Oracle for the app of A Course in Miracles, acim.now. It's David Hoffmeister's app. And we got a very, very beautiful, quick message. It says, it's about trust, y'all. So it's like you've been facing these challenges. So you've had to have gained momentum by the Chariot forward movement in some area of your life. You have had to have some kind of success, because that's what these cards are saying. If this reading resonates with you, if it doesn't, it's not for you. But if this does resonate with you, you have gained some kind of enlightenment because you have chosen to choose to be shown. And that's what this card does signify, that you are willing to be in the unknown now, and you have found a place inside of you that is somewhat stable and peaceful. And then I pulled the acim.now Oracle, and the message you got was, this holy instant would I give to you. Be you in charge. For I would follow you, certain that your direction gives me peace. And here's the part that I want to explain to you. It's very short. It says, and if I need a word to help me, he will give it to me. If I need a thought, that he will also give. And if I need but stillness and a tranquil, open mind, these are the gifts I will receive of him. He is in charge by my request, and he will hear and answer me, because he speaks for God, my Father, and his Holy Son. So how beautiful is that, coming into the stillness that you have found within your heart, and then really trusting that everything needed is going to be provided on this new journey that you are taking into the unknown, that you have gotten there by being aware and ready and willing to face the challenges and stay with the energy that comes up, instead of, try to run, hide, dissociate, push down, all the things we do. to not have to face our fears. So it's really a beautiful energy that says that you are on an awakening journey and that you are doing the everyday. This isn't like, I meditate for 5 minutes in the morning, even an hour in the morning, and then I go do life. This isn't an energy that says, I love spiritual people and I'm going to go to yoga. No, this is deep journey. This is deep this is deep work that you are doing, and it isn't fun and it isn't comfortable, and yet forward you move. There are no horses even pulling this chariot. You don't know how you're going to get where you're going. You don't know who you're going with. You don't know how you're going to get there. It's a journey into the unknown inside yourself, and you said yes. And oh my God, it's moving you fast forward very quickly into a new beginning. Something really that is going to be solid and stable and light up your heart. With all those wands represent passion. And if you think that, God doesn't want Hitler messengers, once you build the stability, you got to relax and smile and love and be playful and joyful. And, there is a time for, the hard knocks, but that time is over. And the Spirit wants you to open your heart to love and be open to receive this love and give it away, because there is a passion inside of you. And if you thought that you had to stifle love or sacrifice love, I hate to break it to you, kiddos, but I don't know why I called you that, but I don't hate to break it to you, but the deeper you go into this journey inside of you, the more love that burns within you. So, that vibrating love is going to be used by the Spirit. And the Spirit is going to love other people through you. So don't run. We're most afraid of love. We're most afraid of love. But, I did pull a few more cards, as I always do. I look under the deck, and I got these two cards to clarify what I've just talked about. And this is really emotional stability, and you have come into emotional stability now that you can lay down your arms and love. You're not going to lose yourself in love. In fact, the more you love, the more happy you will be. And also the Magician just says that, you're no longer doing things by yourself. You've joined with your source. You've joined with source energy, and now you're being done through. And that's so beautiful. And that's your new beginning is going to reflect divine intelligence and love, because you have decided to partner up with divine love. And your new beginning is going to be given to you as a gift from God. And it's oh so beautiful. So the last two cards that I saw were underneath the deck of that first deck, and they were the Ten of Wands and the Fool. And obviously, if you know nothing about tarot, Ten of Wands is the end of burdens. You're leaving those wands behind, all those 10 you couldn't carry anymore. Look how good you did. You built up all those wands. Passion, fire, love, challenge. And now you're traveling very lightly into being a fool for love. So this is the Fool, and the Fool is a fool for love. And he goes, again, there's your moon, goes into the unknown under the light of the moon with very little except the love in his heart and the trust in his mind. And he goes on his journey, and he begins a new journey into the unknown, where his heart will expand ever more, even more than this journey has brought him to this point. as that moon is so big beyond him. His way is being lit up, and just, another quote, careless, carefree, and cared for, do you go now? Enough stability has been built in the mind that if you're feeling not good, then, you're gonna stop and question it. What is this? And be with it. It's not like you're just gonna mindlessly push through it anymore. And I'm just here to tell you that no matter how chaotic the mind gets at times, the message is that you have gained stability and you are ready for these challenges. And these challenges are going to give you the peace that you've prayed for. So take it all with a grain of salt, meaning lightly into your new beginning. Tread lightly and trust that divine love has got you. Remember to open your heart. Remember to give your love away. Please be open to receive so much love. It's what you are. Those are the messages that I have for you. See you next time.
What if we're loved? What next then?